Everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to see how we can generate some particles which are equidistant from each other. Moreover, we should have control over how much distance we want and how many particles we want in that much distance, and these should always be equidistant whenever we change the distance values or parameters, right? So yeah, let's get into it. So right away, I'll just first create an emitter, which will be I guess single looping particle. I will add that. So you can see our we have one particle. I can generate 5 particles from spawn burst instantaneous. I will give 5. Now let's say we want, whenever the system starts, we want all these 5 particles to be spread in a single line over x direction on let's say over 100 meters, right? So what we need to do is to change the position of each particle, right, by a certain amount, which is equal amounts, right? So for 5 particles over 100 meters will be like 25 meter of each particle, right? They should be offsetted from 0 by 25 meter and then 50, 75, 100, correct? So for that, we will just use this set new or existing parameter directly. So we need to set our positions. So I will type position, which is particles position here, right? By default, it is simulation position. So whatever we have it here or whatever, it will generate there, all those particles, right? So we have already set the particles to 5. I will go here, then add vector to position. So now which position, so by default it is 0, 0, 0, we know, but we have to supply here a simulation position, which was by default. So whatever we do extra over on top of this, it will automatically add on top of whatever we are adding, right? So currently the vector is 0, 0, 0, and if I move like in x direction, you can see the particles are moving, right? But all of them at the same time. So what we need to do is break this vector first. So for that, we have a dynamic input, which is make vector. It will split it into x, y, and z, right? And we have a function which is return normalized execution index. What it does is it gives us values of each particle like an index. So if we have 5 particles, it will start from 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? Those will be 5 particles, and it will basically scale it on whatever value we provide. So we have 5 particles right now. We have a scale of 1. If I put it 100, so see, this has scaled each particle by 25 because we had 5 particles, and it is basically setting all those particles values from 0 to 1 in a normalized index, right? Over 100 meters. So if you want to check, you can go to debug and attribute spreadsheet and capture a single frame. So you can see our instance of particles are 5, and each particle has a position x of 0, 25, 50, 75, 100. So it's getting incremented by 25, right? So this is an interesting concept. It works cool. I was doing some RnD, so I just found this, and apparently we can use it on a ribbon renderer also, which will be like this. And if I change a ribbon width mode to 10, let's see, by default it is going back to front, but we can change the shader as always. I will just use GPU initialize for now, right? So let's say if you want to use a jitter position now, you can see it will automatically jitter the scale. Now if we want to change the particle count, so we can change it from spawn burst instantaneous. So let's say if I wanted 10, so you can pretty much see how this revolves, right? And we can change the distance as well in here. So let's say I do it 200, right? So from first it will start and it will go till 200, correct? And ribbon, I can change it to tube as well. It'd be interesting to see. Right? Well, this works pretty much fine. What more you can do in this is basically apply some forces on this to make a tail kind of effect. Not trail, basically a tail, right? So we can make this particle, the first, which is have the index 0, to not be affected by any of the force. It should always stick here, right? Whenever, even if we are using jitter position as well, right? And all these other ones should be affected by force. Let's say if I put a gravity force here, and if I do it right now, everything will go down, but somehow we can create this one. The first particle should not be affected by gravity, so then everything will fall down. This will need a little bit of setup and scratch pads. So I guess, yeah, for this tutorial, this is it. If you want, you can explore more further, which I said. Thank you.